I guess first and foremost, I want to thank the fans for coming out. Obviously, it was a great deal for charity. Coach Burnell and I learned a lot about our teams today. We played a 40-minute, pretty competitive game, and you can't replicate that in practice ever, and it doesn't count on your record. And obviously, sure, we wanted to win that game, and we put ourselves in position. We struggled scoring in the second half. They turned up the pressure, and concentration-wise, had some silly turnovers. They got us out of our rhythm, which was smart. They went to a zone, and needless to say, we haven't worked on much zone offense yet. We're going to have to try and get some shots. But it was a great environment, and that's what we wanted. That's what Coach Burnell wanted. That was the vision, and he got a lot out of it. And hopefully, the Good Shepherd Center and the UNCW Student Hurricane Assistance Fund get quite a bit out of it as well.
What was different? I mean, this team played poised tonight, and they responded to things. Stuff that maybe didn't happen at times last year. What was different tonight?
I think just we have a different mentality. Obviously, I think we've been working on that from the get-go, from this summer. I've tried to build more of a defensive mindset. I thought we did some nice things defensively, and then in the end, when we needed stops, when it was a one-possession game, we didn't get them. Now, their players made plays, and they made some tough shots. And, sometimes the offense can be better than the defense. We've seen that plenty of times. But just the whole mentality, the competition at practice, the depth, they realize that they can't make a lot of mistakes and still just get minutes. They got to compete for minutes. And even in games, I played all 13 guys in the first half. Am I going to do that if it goes on my record for this year? Probably not. But I think that it's an exhibition game. I want to give guys a chance and see what they can do when the lights are on. It's a lot different. Some kids can do a lot of great things in practice. But when the lights are on and there's a few thousand people in the stands, I want to see how they react and how they play.
How much does it factor in that this is now year 2, and the guys who are back are a little bit more familiar and a little bit more comfortable with what they're doing? And how much does that factor in?
I think it's a huge factor. I think there's a lot of familiarity, a lot of comfort. Obviously, if you're comfortable in anything you do, you're going to feel better, play better, all those kind of things. And I think, we might have them overthinking a little bit, because we've talked so much about getting shots, getting paint touch shots, and we passed up some open looks, and in turn, it turned into a turnover. I'd rather them shoot that shot, because if we just get the shot, we might have a chance to get offensive rebound. We didn't rebound it as well as we wanted to, and obviously we have a pretty darn good rebounder. He led the nation last year, so it's going to be the focus of most defenses to try and keep us off the boards. And they did a nice job. I saw those new stat sheets. I can't even read it, so I can't even tell you who had turnovers, who scored points. I know that we lost, by whatever the score was, but we had too many turnovers. Both teams did, and they did a better job of scoring late and making the plays they need to.
What did you think about Kai tonight?
Kai did a great job. He's a gamer, and he's played a lot of basketball. He had a heck of a summer playing on the Japanese national team, and he didn't get here at all this summer, and so he's trying to learn what we are trying to have him do. And then the hurricane hits, so he goes away for 2 weeks, and then we get together, and it's unusual. And so he played great. He looked a lot better in this game than he has in practice, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. He's trying in practice. He might just be thinking a little bit too much, and his instincts kick in out here, and got us some shots, which we want him to do, and had a few turnovers, but a lot of guys had a lot of turnovers just because of their defensive pressure and trying to do too much against 2 guys.
You talked a lot before this game about the confidence you can get off of something like this. Can you, brief time talking with the guys, can you feel them maybe get some confidence off this already?
Yeah, obviously they were feeling pretty good about themselves in the first half. Everybody was bubbling in the locker room and feeling good, and I was saying we got to take it possession by possession. We don't need to look at the score. If we play possession by possession the way we did in the first half, we're going to be fine. You don't need to look at that score. And so I think they're disappointed, obviously, in the result. I think that they knew that they let some possessions slip away, and they know that we didn't get the defensive stops that we wanted in the end. But they should get some confidence from it. We didn't play a team in the top 25 last year, and we played a team in the top 25 this year. I know it's preseason rankings, and who knows at the end. Obviously we played a Final Four team last year, but they were never ranked in the top 25. So we've seen some good basketball teams, and we did compete tonight, and I think they can take some confidence from that.
With the addition of Kai and a couple of transfers, how much more talented is this team than last year's team?
Yeah, you know, I think we are. And now we still got to make the shots and get the stops. But as a coach, I like looking down the bench and seeing guys that I want to put in the game. And so that's an added bonus. You know, they all can do some really good things. They just have to do it more consistently. And I've told them everybody's going to get a chance. And so in that 2 or 3 minutes, you have to make the most of your opportunity. You know, you can't just say, oh, I'm only playing 3 minutes this time and coming out. You got to play that 3 minutes the best of your ability to help our team. It's about our team more so than individual minutes, individual stats, and all those kind of things. And once we get everybody understand that and on that same page, which they are, but when the times get tough, you got to see how they really react.
What did tonight tell you about who's going to be your starting point guard when the season opens up?
You know, I think Kai played the best of all the point guards, but you know, there's still a few practices left, another exhibition game. You know, but I do like what he did. I thought he did a lot of positive things out there for a true freshman. You know, first college basketball experience, he goes against Clemson, and you know, yes, it was at home, but he's practicing this gym only for 2 weeks. You know, so it's not like he's the most comfortable person in the world here. And so he's done some great things, but I don't want to read too much into it. You know, I mean, it is one game. You know, a lot of people have a great one game, but we are encouraged. We have been since we recruited him, and this was sort of my vision of how he would play. And we hope he just keeps progressing.